Okay, in this video I'm gonna show you I'm gonna take apart all the side covers and show you all the internals and the parts and go over why I chose to go with a Suzuki 9.9. Alright, on this side you only have 3 bolts holding the side cover. They're 8mm wrench. I already got them loose. This one right here and the one right behind it on the other side are the only two bolts that you get to remove completely, because the other 8, they'll stay with the cover. On the other side we got 7. We got 7 of them. And again, this one down here, you get to take it off completely, just like the other one, 8mm. And the others, they'll stay right there. See, they're already loose. I'm gonna take the top cover off. Set it right here. Now I'm gonna take the side covers. Alright, now that I got the cowl off, let's take the seal. Just pops right off. Set her over there. And this one started. I like how it's got a seal right here to contain any leaks or whatever from the engine, and it's got the screw where the seal goes in. Now the other side. And there it is. Baby's naked. Okay, so here she is, naked. I got 7 hours on it already. Still on braking period, but I wanted to take the covers off just to inspect, make sure every bolt and nut is tight and there's no leaks. Checked every hose and it looks good, all clean. Very easy to do. Your fuel line connection here, and it goes to your fuel filter. From the fuel filter goes to a fuel pump, then it goes to the fuel vapor separator, then down to the fuel cooler. This is your fuel cooler. Water goes in here to cool. See, the water comes down here, cools your fuel, and then goes out. Then goes to the high pressure. This is your high pressure fuel pump. What I love about this motor is just like a car, and I'm familiar with car engines. And it's got your fuel rail right here, your 2 baby injectors. Gotta love that. It's fuel injected. That was the main reason I went with a Suzuki 9.9. What else? Got your thermostat in here. Got a knock sensor, map sensor, throttle position sensor back there. Air temperature sensor. Oh, forgot to mention this. This is the evaporation chamber. And when I'm transporting it, you gotta like open that screw and drain the fuel out through these pink hose. Then close it back again, tilt it all the way up, and open it up again and let it drain. This is the ECU, relays and fuses, the rectifier and regulator. And this engine is, this is the top pretty much, it's looking up. That's like your bulb cover. There's spark plugs right here. Both spark plugs, 1, 2. Engine oil filter goes in here behind this cap. Three bolts hold it in. You have to pull the fuel filter. That comes off easy. Pull it off there and then push these hoses aside. When it gets to 20 hours, I'll be changing the oil in the lower unit too. That's the starter. My battery wires hook up directly to the starter and the shifter. Air box. And the other reason I went with these 9.9 is because it is really a 20 horsepower restricted. So in the future, if I want to get a bigger boat, I can easily convert it to a 20 horsepower. It's got a restriction plate in here. And then you'll have to get you have to purchase the ECU for a 20. There's a part number right there. It's for 9.9 electric start. Engine dipstick. Oh, level, good. This is the fill cap. Engine oil drain plug. And what else? I like it. It looks well made. It's got a neutral safety switch here. Okay, it's got also has a oil pressure. It's back here. Or oil pressure sensor. I don't know what else missed. I missed the coil, ignition coil. Exhaust port. But I'm pretty happy. When I was inspecting it, the only thing I found was, see these here on the rectifier, that wire right there has been chafing against that tie strap. So that's the only thing I caught on time. I don't know if you can see that. A little hole almost. But I checked everything else. I think I'm just gonna cut that tie strap. But everything else looked good. Everything tight, no leaks. Runs good. I love it. Like I said, just the weight. It's not easy to be lifting 100 pounds. But what I do is I bring it as close as I can to the boat. And then all good from there. But I wish it was lighter. I was gonna get a 6 horsepower before, but I realized the 6 horsepower is really a 4 maxed out. There's no way to upgrade. But it's only one cylinder, It's loud, it vibrates. I had to get a 2-cylinder, it runs smoother, very quiet. And the possibility to convert it into a 20, I mean, I had to go with that. I drilled these 4 holes for my hydrofoil. Here it is, take a good look. The intake is a flywheel in here with a pull start mechanism. You can see a timing belt from here. You can see the timing belt's in there. I think that's the resistor box for the injectors. Uh, 7.8 hours. After 3 hours, you can hit full throttle, but no longer than 5 minutes. I also purchased the electric start model because it was only $200 more than the pull cord. So I was like, you know, hell with it. I would like to have a push start for just $200 starter. If you were to try to convert this to electric start, you'll spend like $1,000. So I was like, yeah, I'll just spend $200 more and have an alternator, being able to charge my electronics or cell phone or whatever. It weighs, I think it's like 12 pounds or 10 pounds more and just a pull car model, but I think it's worth it having that extra option. It's a commodity. Another great thing about this Suzuki is it operates batteryless. You do not need to have a battery connected to the motor to run the fuel injection. So that's a big plus. This is tilted up. The down position is locked. If you want to tilt it up, you gotta bring it up like that, and it'll go up, and it'll stay like there's 3 positions, and it'll stay there. If you want to bring it down, you have to push this down and then raise it just a bit over the notch and then set it down slowly. And it's got this little clutch here to adjust the steering tension. Like right here is softer, and as you move it gradually, it'll be tightening. But I always leave it that way because there's a tightening screw right here. This is the main steering tensioning bolt. I don't know if you can see that, but you tighten this screw in. Make sure this is released. The clutch here is released, and you tighten this a little by little, wherever you want it, and then adjust it from here. I leave it so that it locks. When I put all the way, the thing is locked. It's like steady. I like it that way. See, it won't steer, it won't move. And right here, release it. Then if I want it smoother, then I'll have to adjust this one. And here's with the side covers back on. All 10 bolts, all 10 8mm bolts on tight, not too tight. The seal for the cowl back on. And that's it. Very easy. Like, it doesn't take 5 minutes. I would say 3 minutes or less to strip it apart. Oh, down in my other hand, my right hand. There you go. There it is. Draining the fuel for transport. You're losing that screw. And you tighten it again. Then you tilt the motor all the way up, and you open it up again and let it drain once more. You tilt it all the way up, and you open that screw once again. Here it comes. That's all of it. How you close it. It's all good. All the fuel's out of there, so it's not gonna leak. 3.5 ounces out of the fuel system.